What's up, everybody? Welcome to the 6th episode of GenCast. My name is Austin Shook, here with my guest for the day, Corey Burleson. Corey, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing fantastic. And as you can notice, if you're watching this on YouTube, this is the first video episode of GenCast. If you're still listening to audio, that's fine too. But if you want to see our big stupid faces, you can now see it on YouTube. Before we get into the episode, I just want to let you know that this episode is brought to you by Sparkled Chaos. And Sparkled Chaos is your one-stop shop for all your customized items. Whether you need a t-shirt, a wine glass, coffee mug, whatever you need, Sparkled Chaos has got you covered. They use high-quality materials, and each item is handmade. So if that sounds interesting to you, head on over to sparkledchaos.com and let them know that we sent you. Okay, so that's out of the way. So Corey, what you been doing lately? What you been doing lately?
I have been playing Fortnite.
Fortnite. Yeah, that's the appropriate voice for conversation about Fortnite.
Yeah.
Yes, we've both been playing Fortnite together, and I've been having a very good time.
I have too.
And I'm surprised, probably as much as you are, because I was into Fortnite during Season 1 for a very short time, and then any time after that I played it very begrudgingly. I played it because you wanted to play it, pretty much.
Yeah.
For a good while. But that was on Xbox, and now we're on PC.
Which is better.
Way, way, way better. And I just bought the Save the World, like the PvE stuff, today. Haven't played it. I know you haven't played it ever either. And so I don't even know what to expect, because I never watched the review of Fortnite. I don't know if you ever watched it.
I didn't either.
Yeah, because whenever they reviewed it, it was just the single player. And it got pretty bad reviews, actually.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
But apparently they've changed a lot, even in the co-op. Because every time there's like an actual patch, they add something new to the co-op, so it gets new content too. So if you've only ever played the Battle Royale, you could effectively get a second game. Well, yeah, me too. I haven't tried it yet, but you could effectively get a second game with that. And anytime the Battle Royale gets an update, you're going to be getting a brand new update on the co-op too. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited to check it out.
I'm curious. I've been curious since it came out to just to venture into it, just to see what it held.
Well, I remember whenever we first started playing the Battle Royale.
That was the first Battle Royale game I had personally played, actually.
Well, other than PUBG, that was the first one that ever existed.
Oh, yeah.
But I remember distinctly us playing it in 2017 during Season 1. And we looked at, because, it said, oh, hey, here's the co-op mode. And it said you can buy it now, or you can wait until it becomes free.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, it's supposed to be free in like the next few months. We'll just wait, and we won't have to pay for it. And here we are at the tail end of 2019, and
still nothing.
Yeah, still in beta.
Yeah, that still stumps me. Early access.
Yeah.
Just what?
Yeah. So 2 years later, like quite literally 2 years later, I decided to pull the trigger and buy it. And I might even try to get into it some tonight, and just not long, but just see what it looks like, how it runs, or not how it runs, but what's in it. I want to open my damn pinatas. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, you get 5 of them.
No, I get 28 of them.
20 not all at one time, do you?
I think so, because I think you get pinata. Is that a daily thing you get?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Well, no, yeah, it did say like 20-some pinatas, 10 like exclusive Founder Edition pinatas, and then like 10 immediate pinatas. So I don't know what that means.
But that was all Deluxe Edition.
Yeah.
Add-ins. So how many of those do you actually get? Just getting the regular?
Oh no, I think you get just a few pinatas. I don't even know if you get any of the Founder pinata. I have no idea. I don't know.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah. I saw that the Deluxe Edition had more crap, so I bought more crap.
More crap is more money.
Yeah.
More money, more crap.
And they did, like I told you earlier, they came out with an update today around 4 o'clock this morning, where they changed like the XP games and stuff like that. And I think that's what they were trying to do this weekend, wherever they had that supercharged XP event. I think what they were trying to do was test out, like they didn't want to give you too much XP, but they don't want to give you too little, and people would complain that you were getting too little in the game. I think what they were trying to do this weekend by giving that supercharge was to see kind of how quickly people would level up if they had that supercharge, because they only give it to you for like 3 levels, I think it was, something like that. And after you...
To tease you.
Yeah, like after you burned through that, it was gone. But I remember I was getting, I think, around 250 XP for chests when I had the supercharge, and that's about what I'm getting now regularly. So I think they were just trying to test that out.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and it works good. I played for about 45 minutes today, and I got a rank. Like, that ain't bad. Because one thing that I saw, people were saying that if you just got the basic battle pass, not the whatever it is plus 20 levels, if you get the more expensive one.
I know what you're talking about.
But if you get just the basic one, you would had to have grinded 3 ranks every day until the battle pass ends to get to
100.
Yeah, to get to tier 100.
Dang.
And after you do your punch card, like
that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and before that was like what, half a level?
Yeah.
And then to have to do 2.5 levels of nothing but straight just matches and not getting much XP, to do 3 of those
That'd take forever.
Every single day.
It's a lot of playing though.
Yeah, just to get to 100. And so now I think that they've kind of scaled that back, and you can conceivably get... Well, I got a level doing my punch card, and that seems fine.
Well, it's like you said, to get to 100, it's like... Well, even after 100, you have like all the styles for the very last guy you get.
Yeah.
Like he has, what, 2 or 3 color variations, and...
But I'm pretty sure you can get those after the season is over.
Yeah, that's just XP based. I'm pretty sure. Just how much XP you have.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's how the other ones are, like the Black Heart guy and Hybrid.
They've got something on the item shop right now that's probably going to be gone by the time we finish this. I thought about buying it, but it was a skin that they only release once a year around this time, but he has a whole set of challenges. I can't remember what he's called. It's like a skeleton looking guy.
Oh yeah, they only bring him out during Halloween.
Yeah, but I was looking at it earlier, and he had it said that the character came with like a whole additional like challenge thing.
That used to mean whoever had that skin was like a really good player. That used to be the rumor about that. If you had that skeleton skin, like you look like really good. I don't know why, but that used to be a big...
Because you've always just been able to buy it outright, haven't you?
See, I don't know if it might have been in one of the battle pass. Well, no, it was never in a battle pass that I know of. But everybody was like, "Oh, they're really good if they have that skin." But
even the battle pass stuff is not linked to skill.
No,
that's just how much you play the game. And I've been playing a lot. I'm surprised at how much I've been playing.
Me too. Not for me, for you.
Yeah. I think I'm tier 36 now, I think.
Dang, I'm like 15.
And it's been out, what, a week? 2 weeks?
Has it been 2 weeks yet?
Yes, because we've had 2 weeks of challenges. And the third week comes out. So it's been out for like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, already ranked 30. So at this rate, I should be done with the battle pass in about 3 more weeks, I hope. That'd make me happy. And then I'll probably put the thing down for a while. Well, no, I do want to do all the challenges and all that stuff, but...
Well, you would put down the Battle Royal half of it. You probably venture into the single player more then.
Yeah, I know. I'll probably stick with that, because from what I can gather from looking at stuff online, like there's a lot of quests. And they can be more generous with like unlocks. Like the only stuff you unlock in Battle Royale is the stuff in the Battle Pass,
which is cosmetic.
Yeah. But in the co-op, you can unlock, as far as I know, there's certain skins and certain gun modifications and stuff that you can unlock through gameplay,
which actually makes a difference though with your stuff too.
Yeah, but since you're not like competing with other people, because the problem with a competitive game is they don't want to put like a better gun in the battle pass, because then they're locking the good stuff behind a paywall and it becomes unbalanced between free players and paying players. So I get why they don't want to do that, but you don't have that problem in co-op. It's whoever, like you might be able to get something really, really good that comes from doing a very, very hard mission.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's perfectly fine. Like, you can unlock the good stuff behind hard content, like games used to be. Like, think of like old fighting games. Like, you had to do the hard thing to get the best guy.
Well, it's like, I'm going to use Def Jam Vendetta. You had to play through the whole game to get all the characters. And it's like, you couldn't get them any other way.
Yeah.
You had to play it. Yeah. Like, I kind of like that though. That idea though.
And we had this whole discussion, like, that's how a game should be. Like,
yeah.
I'm so sick of this
pay to win stuff.
Yeah, or just don't bother playing the game and doing, trying to beat a challenge. Just give us $5 and we'll give you the character. Like, that kind of kills any incentive to be good at the game or to.
That kind of killed DLC for me, like DLC characters. It's like, it's like, let me unlock the ones in the game by playing the game, and then, then we'll think about it. But
yeah, so I'm excited to jump into the Save the World campaign, and I hope at some point you get it too, because I love co-op games. And I guess I guess the battle royale is still co-op, because me and you team up but it's like, I don't know, to be able to go through a story or to be able to complete quests and stuff like that. I like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Hang on, I want to look at our news stories, because this kind of brings me to a particular story. You know what? We'll go ahead and knock this one out. What we have here is the new Call of Duty game, Modern Warfare. And I heard about this a couple days ago, and I don't really think the article details much more than what I already knew, but basically the new Call of Duty is switching to a battle pass system instead of loot boxes. But I think this is cool for multiple reasons. I don't know what the last Call of Duty game was that you played. Probably been a long freaking time.
Yeah.
But the last Call of Duty that came out is probably the absolute worst in terms of nickel and diming you. Like, they took loot boxes to a whole nother level. Like, it's already a $60 game that you buy.
Right.
And then they have different collections of loot boxes. And hang on, let me switch back to us for a minute. Different collections of loot boxes, and in I think the latest round of loot boxes that they did, they actually have better guns in there. So it's definitely,
which will obviously spark controversy in itself right there.
Yeah, it's definitely pay to win.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, fine, fair enough. You would expect that kind of thing in like a free-to-play game, but this is a game you already paid $60 for.
Well, how much are the loot cases?
I don't know, like maybe $3.
My gosh, though, by the time you try to get all the loot cases.
Yeah, and you might get duplicates. Like, in games like Paladins, you're not going to get a duplicate loot box. Like, once you've gotten all the items that loot box could have, you just can't get that loot box anymore. And you'll never get a duplicate. And that's a free-to-play game. But Call of Duty is a $60 game. You could get a duplicate in these loot boxes. But then they dilute the whole thing with, there might be 10 items that you want, and then I kid you not, maybe 80 or 90 items they also put in the same loot box. That, like, if there's only a few items that you want, and then they dilute that whole thing to where you can get 100 different items, you might have to buy that same loot box 100 times, and even then you're not even sure.
It's not even a guarantee.
Yeah, because you can get a duplicate, and they do sell a dupe protection loot box,
Of course they do.
but it costs way more. I mean, it ensures that you don't get a duplicate, but it costs way. I don't know.
Still,
They went absolutely nuts, and I talked to David about this on a previous episode, where they were actually selling a red dot site for like $1 or $2, which sure, it's a cheap amount of money, but every other shooter you've ever played, you know, whenever you look down your crosshairs, it's got a red dot site.
yeah.
Why are you selling that for $1 or $2?
Money.
Yeah.
That's why money.
Yeah, it's
Greed.
absolutely nuts. But anyway, they're getting rid of loot boxes entirely and moving to a battle pass. It says Activision has confirmed its post-launch plans for Modern Warfare. All future maps and new modes will be released for free. This is kind of cool because I don't know if you remember the days of the older Call of Duties. Like you'd buy the base game, then if they were to come out with like a map pack, it's like $15, and you can get like the map pack to like play online.
Yeah.
Which was cool, but then the only people that could play it was the people that had the map packs. So if you were to do like a base game, like queue up for a base game map, you could find a match like instantly. But then like fewer people had the DLC, so it was like harder to find a match. So you paid extra for these maps, and it ended up becoming hard to find people to play with because like not everybody was buying it. So what they're opting for with this is every map and every game mode will be playable by everybody. So that way you're not like segregating your community by who's paid for what. It's just everybody has everything.
Yeah, because that would burn a lot of people out on even playing that game in particular. To me,
Yeah.
like having to, it's like, well, dang, I gotta pay to play with you. No thanks, you know.
Yeah.
And it's and that would be the end of it.
I bought one map pack in I think in Black Ops 2 because that's the one that Katie like she loved. Black Ops 2. She played. I think one time she played that game 13 hours straight.
Dang.
She loved that game, so I did buy a map pack for that. And then we would try to go into it, and there's nobody to play with. Like it was hard to find people to play with. So I didn't buy any more after that. But I like this model better. And I think Rainbow Six Siege is another one that does that. Like all the new content is available for everybody. But if you want like a new character, like a hero or whatever, you had to like pay extra for that. But I'm fine with that. As long as everybody can play the same maps, that seems like a better option to me. And then I can't speak much to this story, but I wanted to at least mention it. PUBG Season 5 will have throwable items and weapons. Cool.
See, I played, well, me and you both played PUBG on the Xbox for like, what, 1 or 2 matches, maybe. And neither one of us really got into it. But I do remember seeing all the videos of people freaking out about getting a frying pan kill. And yeah, I know it sounds funny, but it's like, you can throw the frying pans now. We was skimming through it earlier, and I was like, huh, you know, that'd be kind of funny. Just throw the frying pan and ding.
Yeah, they better have a good sound to accompany that. Dong.
Yeah, or ba-ding.
Yeah, or like a literal like a smack.
Yeah.
But no, I can't really speak to this other than I didn't like it whenever I played it. But did they have a battle pass system whenever we played it?
I think they did.
I don't remember that.
I played it more on mobile than anything.
Well, it seemed like it was better on mobile.
Yeah.
I don't know. The map seemed too big to me.
Yeah, that was... Well, a lot of people like that, though, that it had such a big map.
Yeah, like whenever we play Fortnite, it's like, oh, if we had vehicles, this would be more fun. But then I play something like PUBG, where the map is big enough to where you actually need a vehicle. And I don't know, it just feels too big to me. It takes forever to get anywhere.
Yeah, it really does, especially if you heaven forbid you don't have a vehicle.
Yeah.
It's like, you ain't gonna get there. Like, it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. And I haven't, to be fair, I haven't tried that many Battle Royale games. I've tried...
Yeah.
But because I didn't like Rings of Elysium?
Yeah, we tried that. I couldn't play it though, remember? You played it.
I didn't like that for the same reason. It was a similar size map to like PUBG. Too big for me.
I glitched too much, so I never got to see that.
Yeah, well, you probably wouldn't now. I don't think you've tried
Probably
it
not.
since
No, I haven't.
you've had your video card. But the only ones that I really tried and enjoyed was Fortnite and Realm Royale. I got pretty in. Well,
that map seems small compared to.
Well, you had a vehicle everywhere.
Well,
like you
in Realm Royale, you had a horse.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like you can, well, I say vehicle, but a mode of mode of transportation, and you can go anywhere, and that did kind of make the map seem small.
Yeah, which I guess if you played PUBG long enough, and you got used to it, it's like I guess that would be not such a big deal to you anymore.
Yeah, and like we were talking before the show, it's like I want to try it on PC because I think I think it skewed my opinion to play it on Xbox, kind of like Fortnite did. And then whenever I got a taste of Fortnite on PC, it's like, oh wow, this feels like a different game entirely.
Yeah,
I like it so much better. I know I've said that already, and it surprises you, but it surprises the crap out of me because usually once I form an opinion about a game,
usually that's the final verdict for you.
Yeah.
Once you write it off, it's usually you might say, well, hey, let's play this for 30 minutes, and then you'll be like, all right, I'm done again.
I mean, well, I'll usually give something like a certain amount of hours of my time because sometimes you're just not in the right mood to play a game. Yeah. Or you're in a bad mood, or you just, I don't know, like...
I've got that way a lot, to where I want to play something, I sit down, we've had this discussion, like sit down at the computer and be like, you know what, forget it, I don't even want to play anything now.
Yeah.
It's like you don't know what to play, and it's almost frustrating.
Or it's not even only that, it's like you might want to play a game, but there's certain genres that are fit for different moods. And so if I sit down and play a game and I'm like, I'm just not feeling it, I won't render an opinion about that game because I don't know what to trust. I don't know if it's just me being in a bad mood or not being in the right mood. So I'll usually give a game so many hours of time before I'm like, nah, this just isn't for me. But I had already given Fortnite probably 100 hours of time.
Easy, probably.
And I just wasn't finding the fun in it. So I thought I already had my definitive opinion of Fortnite. But
see,
the platform makes all the difference.
With a lot of games, we'll just me and you, we'll play a game, but we'll play it to death in a week, and I can see how we get burnt out. It's like, all right, let's just change it up, anything.
Yeah.
It's like we just have played it so much that it's just like nothing new anymore.
Yeah. That's why I kind of love and hate the battle pass structure that all the games are going to now. I like it because it gives you an extra reason to play the game. Because I like the leveling up and like feeling like you're progressing in something.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like I logged into Paladins the other night, and they have a new battle pass and has a lot of cool stuff in it that I want.
Naturally.
Yeah, but it's like, am I gonna be playing this enough
to justify getting it?
Like it tells you how many days the battle pass has left.
Mm-hmm.
I have to ask myself, am I going to be playing this enough in the next 50 days to justify spending $10 on this? And the answer is usually no. But what I would like to do is every 2 months, 3 months, however it averages out, set aside like $50 or $40 or whatever, and buy battle passes for all these games. And then if me and you were playing, log into Fortnite for 45 minutes to complete the punch card and get our XP, log into Paladins, do the daily stuff there, play 5 matches, enough to do the daily stuff, and then like have 3, 4, 5 games that you're cycling between, and you're only spending about an hour in each one, or less than an hour, however long it takes.
Yeah.
So that way it's like you get to play all these games, you get to complete all these battle passes, and you're doing it every night. If you don't want to play one game that night, that's fine. You might spend the extra 45 minutes in Fortnite. But like have this cycle of, and you're not going to get tired of any of them because you're playing,
kind of switching it up.
Yeah. And I don't know. I like that idea. I don't know if I'll do that.
It's acting on it. That's our problem.
Yeah. I'm going to try to do that though. Because I don't know if you could complete all of those battle passes if you'd
have to put more than the allotted time that you're talking about.
Yeah,
into
probably. Maybe not in Fortnite, because they're getting pretty good with the new update, especially with making sure that if you're completing the tasks that they've created for you, you're likely going to finish the battle pass, or participate in like a double XP weekend, or however they plan to do that. I don't know. But in Paladins, I completed one of them to level 50, and then it starts over and you start at level 1 again.
Different tiers.
Yeah, and then I got part of the way through one of those. I've never completed the full 100 levels in Paladins.
I don't think I've ever got through one of them.
That one, I've done one. I've bought like 3 or 4 of their battle passes now, but I've only got to 50 in one of them. So that one takes...
That takes dedication.
Yeah. But they don't have many daily challenge or daily missions. There's like 3 of them.
3, yeah.
That you can complete pretty quickly. I don't know. Anyway, I guess I'll mention a couple of these, but there's no need to have a discussion about them. From Engadget, Bungie pulls popular gun from Destiny 2 after discovering exploit. I will describe this freaking exploit though. Where was it? What was in the exploit?
All you had to do was shoot. That's where it starts.
Yeah, all you had to do was shoot. Well, what it did was it let you charge your super ability very quickly. Where it says all you had to do was shoot at the floor while using an Ashes to Assets armor perk and toss a grenade at the resulting projectiles to make them recharge your super. If you had time to shoot a few spare rounds, you could launch extremely powerful attacks mere seconds into a competitive match instead of the usual minutes. That seems like a freaking lot.
To me, it does. It's like, that's a lot to try and do, aside from what your goal in the mission. It's like to just try to, what was it, shoot the floor, throw a grenade.
You shoot the floor and have a special piece of armor equipped, or
perk, a special perk.
Yeah, shite. Clicked the wrong thing. Okay, yeah. While using an Ashes to Assets armor perk. I don't know what that means. And toss a grenade at the resulting...
That's like having to hit the projectiles though. If you miss, like...
So you have to shoot the floor...
with that perk.
And toss a grenade...
at the projectiles from shooting the floor.
Destroying them counted as kills. What? I don't know. This seems like a freaking lot to just get your super. But I do know whenever we've done Crucible matches, my super might recharge twice in the match. In a 10-minute match. So I could understand even if it is like a lot of trouble to do this. If it takes you 20 seconds to figure out, it's still way quicker.
There's a big point to that you missed though. It was only one gun that done that. It was that particular fusion rifle that you had to do it with.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And it's like that particular gun is what they were getting rid of.
But a fusion rifle doesn't create a projectile. It's like a laser beam.
Yeah. Unless, well, I guess if you shoot the floor, it does, apparently. from that article.
That's so strange. I don't know. Anyway, that's
anyway.
crap, I think I'd hit the wrong button. Still figuring this out, dang it. So there's that one. Another quick thing. People like the Apple Arcade. There you go. It talks about how, like, whenever the Apple Arcade came out, it gave like a 30-day trial. Oh, shite. It gave you a 30-day trial, and now those trials are like gonna start running out. So it's like the big question is, will people?
Was it worth it?
Yeah, will people continue to pay $5 to play?
Probably.
Yeah, I think so. I think Google Play is trying to do something like that, but I haven't really looked into it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
But there's no premium games on mobile that I want to play right now. What I hope happens here, though, is that whenever these companies see that there is money in mobile, and you don't have to make these crappy free-to-play games, like you can make like a full AAA experience game. I'm hoping that something like this could be how we get quality games on mobile.
We even talked about that last time.
Yeah.
In the last one, it was like, because there's some mobile games that's like, you know what, this would be good if it wasn't a mobile game, or it's good for a mobile game. You know, that's one line that you in particular have always used. It's like, yeah, but it's a mobile game.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think that would take away a lot of that completely.
And really my problem is the form factor of the phone, but I feel like if better games started coming out on the phone, we would start seeing like phone cases that would kind of be like the Switch, where you put your phone in and...
Well, they've got a few.
They do, and I've even
they're like
I've even got
Shungati.
one. I've even got one.
Yeah.
And the Moga Pro controller.
Yeah, I didn't know their names, but I knew they had a select few out there for particular phones.
They're not good, and Samsung or Apple isn't paying attention to the controller market, because most games the most popular games that people play are touch based. But like if you could come out with a very polished AAA game that had the balls to say, hey, this game requires a controller. You cannot play this game without a controller. But nobody even makes a game that's that polished to even require that. But if they started doing that, like you know, they sell games on Steam that's like, you have to have a VR headset to play this game.
Yeah.
But they still sell those games in the store. Like if they started selling games like, this is a console quality experience, and you have to have a controller, because touch controls are stupid. And then you know,
not very reliable.
Yeah. And if they were to like tweak the game around controller, you know, buttons or whatever, controller movement, you could compete with the Switch. And like we saw in another article, we didn't read it, but we were looking at articles before the show started, and the Nintendo Switch is at 15 million units sold
in North America alone.
Yeah, that's a lot of freaking units. Yeah. That's like, well, I don't know what the worldwide sales are for Xbox, but if you factor in Nintendo Switch being at 15 million already, it's probably surpassed the Xbox One in terms of consoles sold. Because I think last time I looked, they were at like 40 million worldwide.
Dang.
For Xbox, I think.
That sounds really low. That sounds like a really low number, though.
No, that's a pretty big number. I think the highest selling one was PS2. That got over 100 million. And I think there's only one other. I think the Wii had that many.
I had a Wii.
Never had a Wii.
You got one now?
Yes, I do.
Well, you've had that one since birth. But...
Yeah, I got a Wii U. All right, is there any other news stories we're gonna talk about? I don't know.
That ain't worth it.
Something called Jiffy Arcade. I'm sure or Giphy if you're a monster. You probably know them if you use GIFs or GIFs on Facebook Messenger or wherever you use these things. But apparently they have an arcade now where you can like create and share a game that I guess reminiscent of Flash games, like it says here. I don't know what all this would entail, but in my mind, I picture Mario Maker, just some level builder where you can like build a challenging level and then send it to your friend.
Hey, try this out.
Yeah. And
that would get old fast though.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess if you had like different like art styles that you could tinker with.
Well, yeah.
Might be a fun way for people to pass the time, but
that would be one of those wait and see.
Yeah.
Kind of deals. How they executed it.
Yeah. Anything else you wanted to say? I'm about to wrap this up because I have to pee so bad.
Well, wrap it up and go pee.
Alright, before we end the episode, I want to remind you once again that this episode is sponsored by Sparkle Chaos, and Sparkle Chaos is your one-stop shop for all your customized items. Whether you need a t-shirt, wine glass, coffee mug, whatever, Sparkle Chaos has got you covered. And if you're watching the video version, first time ever in the history of life that you can do this, you see back here, this is where all this stuff gets created for Sparkle Chaos. Yeah, sorry, I went off the rails in my ad read here. Sparkle Chaos uses high quality materials and each item is handmade. So if that interests you, English is a language. Head on over to sparkledchaos.com and let them know that the guys over at GenCast sent you. Thank you so much for listening or watching. And thank you, Corey, for being here once again.
Thank you for having me.
To be my sidekick. Again, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Toodles.